Hello, everyone. Welcome to Highwire Improv here online on YouTube. Very excited for another Sunday show here live and then later on repeat to your heart's desire. We've got all kinds of good stuff going on in Highwire Land. We'll tell you a little bit about that between acts. But as always, we'd like to just dive right into things and welcome back a wonderful group. They are going to be doing a podcast improv format for you today. Please welcome our good friends. And is that a note for me or is that a note for you? Cool. We will see what happens this time with the Murder Cats.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our program. Just because we know we're actually on different wavelengths today, so to speak, you might have stumbled onto our link through a different competing podcast by the murder group called Murder Cats. This is going to be much better, let me tell you. So they're actually incapacitated today, and I have generously agreed to replace them for today's cost. And so some of our listeners today might not be familiar with my podcast, well, many people are. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to Bubbles and Fun by me, Steve Porok. And today we have with us, we're here to discuss a special topic with a very special person. Of course, all of our guests are special, but some are specialer than others, as I like to say. So please hop on the screen. Please hop for our viewers on YouTube.
So you might have heard me. I was laughing beforehand.
That's okay. I'd say it's kind of like the way we like to do it here at Bubble, because kind of how we like to do it here. Is like keep it real, keep it real. You know, that's why I say keep it real.
Yeah. That's why I got the microphone, like you told me. Got the special one with the discount code, like you mentioned.
It's real.
Yeah. Am I louder when I'm here?
Oh yeah, that's loud. That's loud. Take it maybe a little bit.
It's really loud.
Yeah, that's okay. You know, it's your first time on a podcast, so to speak.
Yeah. I just had a bit of a question though, because I know why is it called Bubbles and Fun? Am I the bubbles? Or are you the fun, or are you Bubbles? Because your name is Steve, so that's what confuses me. And I know it's a very big podcast, but I just want to get it out of the way because obviously I'm nervous.
No, I haven't even introduced you yet, but that's okay. Yeah, you just pretend you're in the green room right now, enjoying yourself. Okay. So it's actually, since we have some viewers. Some listeners, some viewers who are listening and viewing at the same time here with us today that are not usually part of our audience, I can explain. So the name's Bubble and Fun. The interesting thing is, my wife Sandy, she's told me several times, why is your program called Bubbles and Fun? Because there's no bubbles on it, and there's certainly not fun. Now that's just the sort of thing Sandy would say, but I think we have a lot of fun here personally. But bubbles is just because sometimes when I look at reality, what I feel to myself is we're living in a bubble dimension, if that makes sense, in a dimension that's just made up of bubbles. Like we're, this feeling where, let's say you had a rough night's sleep and you feel like you're kind of wading through soup, like thick, gooey vegetable soup, and you can't really move properly. So I think in a way, when you think about the world we're living in, especially these days, it's like you're moving through bubbles. Just like occasionally they just go pop, pop, and that can be fun. It can also be very distressing, but I want to give things a positive frame. Anyway, let me introduce our guest for today. Are you ready? You ready? All right. So
yeah, I'm right here.
So, Vincent McMahon. Should I say Vincent McMahon? BSc, or do you want the title, or?
I'm a Bachelor of Science, or a Bachelor of many other things as well, but I'm a Bachelor of Science for sure.
Yeah.
Specifically mechanical engineering.
That's very fun. That's almost like playing with bubbles. I
I,
know.
I just wanted to, no, no, no. You carry on with your
Uh,
introduction. I don't want to step on any.
so I so Vincent here. Vince, can I call you Vince? Can I call Vince? We just like to keep it real here, like
Yeah,
keep it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Call me Vince. Yeah,
Yeah.
Vince.
So
Vince
Vince, oh,
McMahon.
just a little bit further away, Vince. Yes.
Vince
Okay, no, not
McMahon.
that far. Just a little kind of in the middle.
Vince
Okay, that's
McMahon.
keeping it real.
Vince
You want
McMahon.
Yeah, what I like to say, like, we like to feel here that, like, our guests are standing there whispering in the ear of our listeners. That's why I want to feel like somebody's standing right
Vince McMahon.
a little too much there, but that's
Vince.
you got a certain vibe there, Vince. I'll give you that. So
Yeah.
Vince has a long and storied history. He's done a lot of things in his life, a lot of things. I'm not going to talk about the prison term because I promise we're not going to do that. So
You, you,
eh,
you said, Steve, you said you weren't going to bring it up at all, and you just brought it up.
I'm not talking about it though. I just
But you just brought it up. You just brought it. Now people know I've been to prison, and I've
ah,
just been talking about BSc with
I can
mechanical
yeah,
engineering,
yeah.
and now you've said I'm not going to talk about the prison term, and now people are going to want to know what the prison term is. It's not like I just spent like a night in the drunk tank,
No.
Steve.
I said I'm not going to talk about it. So I'm not going to
But
mention
you
details.
talked about it. But you brought it up.
No,
You
I
just
mentioned it.
you
That's okay.
I just said I said I wanted to be built up,
Right.
Steve. I said I wanted to be built up. You know, things have been difficult for me
No,
recently.
no,
Ever since Ali left, you know, things have been difficult for me, and because she said she'd stand by
right,
me throughout the prison sentence, and she
right.
did. But then when I came out, she walked off, and she'd taken half the house. I mean, obviously not literally half the house, but she'd taken half the financial value of the house,
Okay. No.
and now I'm left paying for this lifestyle that
Mm,
I just can't deal with it. This was part of my sort
no.
of route back to feeling like a human being, Steve. And you just brought up the thing that's going to
That's I guess I owe an apology. I in my mind I was like I'm not speaking about it. I just mentioning it briefly, which is not the same thing. It's a different word to mention something to speak.
But
You can
you brought it up.
yeah,
That's the important thing.
just really briefly mention like for flying by. It, you can take a moment, Vince. This is it's important for me to say this program is unedited. We want our listeners, we want our viewers to experience things live as they are, the raw reality. Like we like, because you like, you know what I'll say, you like to keep it real here. Okay, he's wandered off the screen. Yeah, I'm going to use this as a chance to mention one of our sponsors for today's program. So, Greenwich Botanicals. We all like to take drugs, legal drugs or supplements, and just things that benefit of life. And Greenfield Botanicals, they're more than a drug maker. They're more than a supplement maker. They put their heart and their soul and literally parts of themselves in their additives. And they have a long line of products. But all I want to talk about today is a product that just makes your voice a little higher. Because some of us were born with a low voice. My voice usually should actually be a lot deeper than that. And Greenfield Botanicals has their audio up product is what they call it. It makes your voice just a little bit higher to give you that little extra edge in talking to people. Because sometimes you want to be heard up. It's a slogan to say. If you go to the affiliate link below in the comments, you can get 20% off your first purchase of their product. Oh, actually, Vince is back. Yeah, you're right there. Okay, still having a moment.
Glasses back on, so I
No,
look more like a scientist.
yeah, no, you. You definitely look. If I saw you in the street, Vince, if I saw you in the street, I want to know that I would not be thinking to myself, this person is a jailbird, this person is a person who served a prolonged sentence in the prison system. I wouldn't think that. I wouldn't think this is a criminal, no good. I would think this looks like a scientist. Okay. Um, okay. Vince has done many other things in his life other than serving a prison sentence. He's, of course, obtained a Bachelor of Science. He's an engineer. He's also a painter. He's had several exhibitions at local coffee shops. Very raw, emotional, lively colors. And in addition to all that, and that's another thing. So we live in an age where people feel hard. It's hard for them to catch up because we live in the bubble world. We're all wading through bubbles essentially. And what Steve, what I do is try to help people wade through the bubbles. And Vince is, in a way, a fellow crusader in that because he finds the little corners of reality that don't really get engineered for the most part, and he like tweaks at them. He tweaks at them like, uh, and that's like because the idea is that right, and you correct me if I'm wrong, Vince, but your idea is that like every corner of this universe is like it's an entry point in a way. Something if you approach it with a little set of tweezers, you can it's like a gateway. It's like an opening. It's a
It
door.
was
It's a
it was my theory
portal.
um,
Yeah.
that if you had a set of tweezers that
Tweezers.
was small enough, then you could open a portion of reality and step through,
Yeah.
and then you wouldn't have to deal with the choices you've made before then. You could just step through that portion of reality and then go back to
But
another part of reality, and then like before the choices that you'd made, the bad choices,
yeah,
and then everything would be fine. So that's what I've been trying to. I was trying before the accident, as we've brought it up. I feel we need to flesh it out. Before
no,
the accident, I was trying to create a pair of tweezers that was small enough to manipulate the universe on a
yeah,
subatomic level.
that's and and then after the accident, if anything, you've redoubled your efforts. There's just okay,
I've actually brought
you've
the latest sample with me.
okay, yeah.
I don't know if you can see them. They're very, very, very small.
Uh, nope, no, I can't. I'm sorry.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
very
They are
small.
very, very, very
No,
small.
no, I
It's
just, I
actually it's
I
actually in
would
my
lie and say, I would say yes, of course, but then some of the viewers at home, they might look and they also might not see anything. So we like to keep it real here.
don't lie to me, Steve.
No,
Don't lie
uh,
to me.
no, I'm
Not
saying
now.
no.
I mean, I'm a man in a
Okay.
fragile position. I
Yeah.
think you understand. I know this is bubbles and fun, and I know
Yeah.
I'm bringing it down a little bit. I'm bringing down the vibe.
Yeah.
Not my intention, but
No,
we've gone off on a path that was not the agreed upon path,
no.
and now anyway. So my plan. Let's start with here. My plan was to move from one point of the universe to another using a subatomic pair of tweezers.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's you actually famously well, more because less because of the show itself, but more because it was a lead into the incident. You had an interpretive dance show in which you, or performance in which you tried to show the public that
Yes, yes,
with
yes, I
with
did.
yeah, and with nudity. You were nude at the time. I just want to say that
Yes.
because that's people like, well, not necessarily in all cases, but and yeah,
I mean, there was actually part of the overall sentence. The nudity was also a part of the overall
because it's not
sentence,
it's
and there
not
was
allowed.
so I know I said we were going back into it, but I just felt re-traumatized when you mentioned it. But at the time, I want to actually say this. Actually, I want to be honest about this. I know I was regretful about it at the parole hearing because I've I be honest, any jailbirds out there, you have to be. But I have to say, at the time, it was the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. When I was in Times Square,
No,
dancing with the subatomic pair of tweezers and nothing else. I mean,
that's
things were on the rocks with Ali at the time, I have to say. But she did stick by me during the prison sentence, but then afterwards she didn't. But I have to say, at the time we were
uh,
all having a little bit of a wobble. She spent a weekend in Vegas and she spent $10,000, and that was fine. I forgave her for that. That was my research money, but I forgave her for that.
it's just I think that's a beautiful attribute. And when you said that it was the happiest that you've been in your life, I have to say I felt something for a moment because I like to think of myself as a person who feels things for people. 'Cause I consider myself an empathetic, caring person who can feel someone's emotions and kind of have them resonate. Sandy argues that I'm quite the opposite. I mean, she says I've been very cold recently, especially, and we didn't. Anyway,
Well,
but
what, let's get into that, Steve. Let's get into that because I feel like we've learned a lot about me, but I feel like you're leaning into the mic here. I feel like you want to share.
no, it's not. It's not about. This is kind of just like my professional pose. It's not about my marriage. I,
So
look,
these aren't real emotions that you're saying here because you sort of lean forward as if you were
I
imparting a confidence.
it's real. It's just that I felt in my heart that I was detracting from you sharing the happiest moment in your life, and I was kind of part of me, not the dominant part. Not I myself was leaning forward as you indicated
Yeah.
so astutely, but I part of me was leaning away and going into uh, less happy places, and that's because I feel a lot of sadness. Despair, frustration, anger. Sometimes that's a normal feeling to have. But this is not about me. This is about you, Vincent.
But are those real feelings? The anger, the despair, the sadness, and the frustration.
Yeah, but then when you mentioned your the tweezers with the happiest moments of your life, you know what? I'm going to take this so to mention one of our sponsors. So, uh, we are, as you know, in our show, we're big into popping pills in our show, but it's not just it's like healthy, good pills. And Blues Dews. Blues Dews offers something to take away the blues because sometimes we're not capable ourselves of going past our natural emotions to a state of happiness, and that's when you need a little help. Now, there's obviously a lot of solutions that people go to that are illicit, but Blues Dews, they are 100% organic. It's sourced, it's globally sourced, ethically, of course, fair trade, everything. And I don't know what's in them. I didn't really read the label, but what I know is I feel joy. I feel joy, and then I want to feel more joy. So you know, when I started out taking them, actually, I took one at first, and I felt like a slight buzz, and then after that, I took two of them. I felt a little more of a buzz, and I'm like, oh, what happens if I take four? And just I think it's like around a dozen that I really felt something like it's just a shift in my but I mean the recommended dosage is two, it says so right here. So um
It sounds like 12 is a really good option to take if you really want to
it's
take that.
it's just I personally in this program we like to keep it real. Believe people make their own choices in life. It's just the dosage is two. I don't want any lawsuits. Blues Dews doesn't want let you just stick to that. But I can tell. I mean, I popped 12 right before this show, and I'm feeling less angry. I'm feeling less angry, even despite the fight right before the show. And I hope I didn't bring that in here because I was on 12 Blues Dews, and if you follow the links in the comments below, you can get to our affiliate link, and they're actually offering a very generous 22% off your first purchase with my
I'm I'm
code.
I'm going to be straight in there. I'm going to be straight
Oh,
in there. I'll tell you what that sounds because
yeah.
I trust you. I trust you, Steve. I trust you. What
Okay.
you say now.
Anyway, back to you.
You've
I did.
shared about the emotions. I I wanted to. I think we've made it very heavy. I'm aware we've made it very heavy, but you've given me a solution for my bad feelings now, and that's
No,
I really really
no.
appreciate that. What I know, and I know I'm talking, and I know you're the host, but I just want to say that we've made it very heavy, and I understand that there's a light dilemma that we're going to deal with at some point during the show, and I thought that might be a nice segue there, if it's not too much for me to mention that.
I guess we've built now. I like to give our guests time and space to get into things, and yeah, yeah. You're right there. I just see the little clouds going up.
It's a little experiment I was working on earlier.
Okay, science. There you go. There you go, viewers, listeners. You get to see science right here, right, love, right now from
Engineering.
Vince McMahon, BSc, has a degree in mechanical engineering. Indeed. So I'm gathering you want to talk about the hot dog. You want to talk about
Yes,
and you when you
yes.
introduce yeah
I
now
really want to talk about it. I
yeah yeah
really want to talk about it.
yeah now I personally and longtime viewers of this program know this about me. I personally consider hot dogs to be a sandwich. Consider them to be a type of sandwich, just because it's a two pieces of bread and there's a thing in between them. So the fact that that thing is formed into a long sausage-like structure doesn't mitigate the fact that it's in fact a sandwich. But you insisted when I wanted to introduce it that way that I call it a hot dog rather than a sandwich.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean,
No,
it's like a burger. A
no,
burger is not a sandwich, is it?
it's a,
But it's a burger in a bun,
it's,
and like a
it's a,
hot dog.
it's a sandwich.
It's a hot dog in a bun. A
No,
sandwich, as you know, because I'm originally from the UK before I moved over to the US,
no,
but I'm originally from the UK. A sandwich is named after
yeah, the Earl of
in
Sandwich.
1655, and it's a very specific thing. It's a square, and it's got things inside it, and it's a bread, and then there's spread. Obviously, they didn't have spread in 1655, but it's a very specific thing, a sandwich.
I've I've seen them come in squares. I've seen them come in triangles. That's very common in parts of Europe. They cut them up into little triangles. Sometimes they
Now, you
move
see,
them.
a triangle I can live with, but the shape, because a triangle is half of a square,
No,
right?
no.
Okay, but what you're talking about with a hot dog, that's an ellipse. That's a totally different area.
The different type of
Totally different area.
it's a
So an
bread.
ellipse. It's
The the thing inside the bread. You take the bread and you put a thing inside it. You put it right in there.
but it's an ellipse.
Just I'm just keeping it real, Vincent.
But it's an ellipse.
Yes, it's a bread.
No, it's an ellipse. It is okay. I am willing to
Bread-like
concede.
substance.
I'm
Ellipse.
I'm willing to concede that
Right.
it is bread or a bread-like substance, but it is
No.
also an ellipse. A
Okay.
burger is a circle.
No.
A sandwich
No.
is either a square
Mm,
or
mm, mm.
a triangle,
Uh,
because a triangle is half of a square.
okay. I don't want to be a square myself about this. I feel like we're getting sidetracked here, Vince. I feel like
I feel like we're getting angry again. I'm really
yeah.
sorry.
I feel that inside me too. I kind of wanted to punch
Yeah.
you there for a moment, and you're not here, so
It,
that's difficult to do. And I also I don't embrace those feelings. I'm just gonna take a moment.
look,
Right, I'm better.
well, I did want to address. I feel like we're winding up this part of your program. I could be wrong. But I feel like we're winding up this
I
part of
still
your
kind of want
program.
to
But
punch you. I like
you,
to keep it real, so I'll say that.
you want to punch me?
I want to punch you in the face. I wouldn't hit you in the glasses because that's not just below, like the cheek or the cheekbone, maybe, or the mouth, or
Mouth or the
bottom
nose?
bottom of the nose, not this
I
spot.
feel
Yeah.
I feel like this might be. I feel like this might be the answer. I feel like we might have hit on the answer to dealing with male aggression.
It's punching somebody, you mean? Punching somebody in the face, but not in the glasses, just in the area of the nose under the because yeah, still feeling it. Still want to do that, but look, Vince, honestly, if you're right here with me in the studio, right here, right now, I I'd be tempted to punch you. I wouldn't punch you. I wouldn't punch you because that's not a thing that you should do to people. I would put my arms around you and hug you because that's
You want to hug me?
I want to hug you. I want to punch you, but I want to hug you at the same time because that's and look, yeah, yeah.
I just want to tell you, while we're being completely honest,
Mm.
that I slept with Sandy.
Okay, I'm good. Okay, I see. I knew something was off. I knew because she doesn't usually start a because I was cutting a sandwich for myself before the show, and now the sandwich is all eaten, and I was taking a hot dog, and I was she was like that. I told her I'm making a sandwich, and she said no, you're not making a sandwich. You're making a hot dog, and I told her no, it's a sandwich. It's a little piece of meat that's shaped into a sausage, like a spherical thing, and you put it inside the bun, and you just and it And that wasn't the Sandy I know. It's just like not the type of person who get riled up about that. And there's just a lot of resentment there, a lot of I mean the things she's been telling me too, and I knew there was something going on. Okay.
Okay, all
No.
right. Well, I'm gonna go now, and then maybe we can revisit this in a few weeks when
You,
we've both cooled off, or maybe I'll just come around to your
just
house and you can punch me.
you, you didn't you didn't explain it to viewers because I gotta think about the viewers right now. I'm minding myself. I'm keeping it real. I'm feeling so yeah, okay. So he personally, and I didn't want to get through the incident, but when he was dancing in Times Square with a little pair of tweezers and a sandwich with a little piece of shredded meat inside it that's shaped like a sausage, but it's a sandwich. So what he was doing to that sandwich, and you can find a video online. You know what? I'm gonna put it down here in the comments. What he did with that sandwich, what that sandwich with a little dog inside it, the sandwich with a dog, not an alive animal. I'm talking about it was obscene, and it wasn't a public nudity. I mean, that's legitimate sometimes in art, interpretive dance. We all know those people are weird. I I like wholesome things like watching people on the screen punch each other and chase each other in cars, but that's not my cup of tea. I don't judge though. He he opened up something there, and that's I think with his sandwich, and that's what made people, because it's unseemly when you and the way it was smeared up all over him, and just the bodies around it, and I don't want to. I'll spare you the details. It was a long enough. It wasn't a long enough prison sentence because some people just deserve to be punched. But I think if there's a lesson to it in all of us is that i- if you look closely enough and if you take a pair of tweezers to something, you can look at things in a new way. And sometimes that moment when you connect to the universe and you see reality, you see the bubbles, you feel the bubbles, and you feel the bubbles are fun for a moment because they were repressing you, they were choking you. You felt like you're a bubble about to explode, and in that moment, maybe for a moment, you felt a little bit of peace. And that's what I'll leave you for today. I'm just gonna go and uh, I'm just gonna go and have a little conversation here. And it was such a joy to see you all today. Right after us, because the murder cats usually have longer poems. From what I said, well, from what I heard, we're continuing to a short radio play by our affiliates, the Ghosts of Ipswich. They're gonna give you a little bit of a radio play, and just this is Steve Proc and Bubbles on Fun. Like, subscribe, leave a comment for the algorithm, click our affiliates links, do all the things, and remember, keep it real. Um, Hello,
Sasha, Sasha,
is that the
hello,
guy who
Sasha.
just is just? Oh, you're talking to me.
Yes, Sasha.
Because you were just, I saw you talking to that guy just now who bolted away, and I felt like something weird might be going on. So
I only have eyes for you, Sasha.
that's,
Especially in that hair of yours.
oh,
A little
thank
bit
you.
tousled, isn't it? A little
It's
bit
just,
tousled.
it's because I like to live my life. I like to, oh, Eddie, I can't even look at you straight. I just, the things I feel with you, I've never felt with any other man.
It was me that tousled that hair, wasn't it, Sasha?
And you're the one standing there right now, and honestly, I wouldn't mind getting tousled again sometime because, oh, Eddie, is it okay if I call you Eddie? No, you don't
It's
let
my
everybody
name.
call you Eddie. Um, I
It
feel
is.
confused. I feel when I'm with you, but also grounded. I feel confused. I feel like I'm flying up in the sky in a field of birds or clouds or bubbles, and yet I am feel like more present than I ever do. Um, Now I know Eddie. Eddie baby. Is it okay if I call you Eddie baby? I don't want to be presumptuous, so
Let's stick with Eddie for the moment.
okay.
I'm just Eddie on your porch.
Right. Yeah. And I don't mind that at all, Eddie. I like you being on my porch. I showing up here at all hours of the night. Just oh, you sure know how to get a girl riled up, Eddie.
You look
Now I
like you've
know.
been having some work done here, Sasha.
Have I been having some work done here?
You look like you've been having some work done here, Sasha. Have there
Oh,
been
you're
other
just looking
gentlemen
at the
callers?
mess. It's just
I feel like there have been other gentlemen callers, Sasha. Am I correct?
um. Oh, Eddie, I
Have you been doing the thing of getting workmen to come over like you used to
they're
when
just
I knew you in Paris?
Eddie. They're just renovating. You know that's what they're doing. That's why it's messy over here, Eddie.
Only I'm allowed to tousle that hair, Sasha. You know that.
Um, I
Are you still working at the library, Sasha?
it's my job, Eddie. I Do you expect me to just stay at home pining for you all day? And then you show up here standing on my porch in all hours of the night and I can I have just a drag, Eddie? I know you think it's unladylike for women to smoke, but
It is unladylike. And then, Sasha, as we've established, you ain't no lady.
I'm 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 plenty lady. You
I meant it as a compliment.
okay?
I can't help it, Sasha. I just get jealous sometimes. That's all. The thought of sharing you with all those books.
I don't live inside books, Eddie. I live here in the present.
Sometimes I feel like I live inside a bubble, Sasha. A bubble of cool.
You don't want your cigarette back, do you?
You finish it, Sasha. I tell you the thing about bubbles of cool, Sasha, is that they're lonely. Very, very lonely. You don't ever look at me and think,
I
there's a
don't
lonely man, do you, Sasha?
know. I think you're just oozing with confidence, Eddie. That's part of what I like about you. You're just a person who has it all together, the kind of person who looks at the world and screams out to it without uttering a word. I'm here and I'm alone and I don't care because I'm plenty. And that's why when I'm with you, when you're right there against that wall tousling my hair, I feel like there's more of myself and like I don't need all those people. I don't need all those books. I don't need workmen sorting my stuff. Because if I can grab just a piece of you, Eddie, then maybe I'll feel like I'm actually there. But you're busy being angry at me. I can tell when you're angry. Just because I'm fantasizing about the things I do with other people, that's
I wouldn't call it fantasizing, I would call it catastrophizing, Sasha. I
because
didn't realize you thought about me in quite that way. I thought I was just another one in a long line. I know I cast a cool figure, but I feel things too.
I know that, Eddie. You don't fool me.
When I come round here and I see renovations,
Yeah,
and I see that there have been men in, and when I see
yeah.
that you've had your nose in books and whatever else in books, well, I start to think like Paris all over again. And that makes me sad, Sasha. It makes me sad.
I I apologized for that, Eddie. I cried my little heart out right in front of you, and I swallowed my dignity and I apologized. And I didn't, even though I might not have known what I was apologizing for because there was there was nothing going on. I mean, it was just it's a thing that people do in Paris, Eddie. It's a thing that people do. It doesn't mean a thing.
Kissing on both cheeks. It doesn't mean a thing.
Yes, that's what they do
Really.
there. They, they go and they kiss on a cheek. Is it okay if I and they
You want to do it to me?
yeah. So you can see that but it's not gonna mean nothing with you. It's gonna mean a lot. You're gonna feel
Okay.
Sorry, I did it 3 times. I just get so worked up when you get
Caught my
like this,
nose
Eddie.
with the last one.
It's not
I feel a sort of warmth in my chest, Sasha.
right.
A warmth in my chest.
It's not no because I told you it's because it's different with you. It's I can't kiss you and that not meaning anything because you're you, Eddie, and I'm me, and
Sasha, what is this warmth in my chest that I'm feeling? I'm used to feeling nothing but ice cool hatred, and maybe the only burning sensation I have is anger or indigestion. What is this warmth in here, Sasha?
you
Sasha,
want me
tell me this warmth
you want me
here.
to say it? You want me to say it to you,
Yes,
Eddie?
I want you to explain to me what it is. I was brought up an orphan in a foster care situation. I don't understand what this is. I have a very narrow emotional range.
I don't know if I dare say it, Eddie. You don't even like it when I call you Eddie, baby, and
Don't tell me. Do tell me.
it's love, Eddie. It's love. It's that same thing that all these people read about in all those books they borrow from the library.
Books.
It's it's love.
Love lives in the books.
And people want it. They want it in their hearts. So they're like little vampires. They take those books away and they read them, and then maybe they feel a thing, and maybe they can imagine that in another universe, in another life, that they could find this thing that you're feeling right now, right here in my chest, because a lot of people, they're not that lucky, Eddie. And for a moment, when I'm with you and you're out there tousling my hair, I feel like, you know what, Sandra? Maybe, just maybe, for once in your life, you can be lucky. And you bring up Paris again.
I'd like to. I'd like to step inside off the porch, if I may, Sasha. If you'll invite me in.
Right? I'm I'm a little scared, Eddie. I'm just a
I'd
little
be likely
scared.
to put out the cigarette before I come in. If you invite me in.
Oh, you lighted another one. I didn't even realize it. I think this one's okay. You can step in.
Thank you, Sasha. I'd like to kiss you on both cheeks now. And that's our show, everyone. We are the Ghosts of Ipswich. We've just been drafted in at the last minute, and we're very, very pleased to put on that short little radio play for you all. Steve Brock is, I'm sure, going to be back to his finest next month.
Yeah. We're so sorry we couldn't do our show as scheduled today. But it's nice to have some new stuff once in a while.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, well, I guess we'll do we sign off? What do we do? I mean, this is uncharted territory.
Mm. And I'm sure Barry is eager to send us off, and we'll be back momentarily. I mean, this is like just an empty stage. You can do whatever we want, really.
Do whatever we want.
Mm.
I'm gonna do this again.
Oh, That's pretty startling. I'm hopefully it's not
Really
triggering for
startling.
anybody at home that's had any
It's
spray
a special
incidents.
effect. It's a
Uh,
special effect.
Very special with the light. And we didn't introduce
So did
ourselves. So y- you know what? Since we had something different today, we didn't actually perform. Then I think okay, this is like it's a little out there, it's a little wild, but it's okay to be a little wild and out there. I'm going to introduce you.
okay.
You're Robin Wiggs. You're
I am.
in London, England,
Yes.
Britain, Earth.
Yes.
Yeah. And
And you are. Oh, am I introducing you now, or no? No, no?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna say you are a Neanderthal, and I want to say
Mm,
that you are close to Washington D.C.
mm.
in the U.S., but I completely forget where you actually are. The little bit. Um, yes. What did say where you actually are, the sort of actual location, and then we'll say we're done.
I can try to say it in your voice.
Go on then. Yeah.
And College Park, Maryland. No, that wasn't
Okay.
quite. I
That's
tried.
weird. Uh,
College Park, Maryland.
Codes. Okay, all right. I
Well,
think
it's
yeah.
not your voice.
College Park, Maryland. Is it Maryland or is it Maryland?
Maryland, it's
Maryland,
the land of merry people.
Maryland, Maryland. Yeah, I've always been told there's like a way of pronouncing it, and you don't pronounce it, but like Edinburgh and Edinburgh, it's confusing to me. Okay, all right. So we are the Murder Cats. We are two of the three current Murder Cats, and that was our show today. It was a podcast, and then there was a little radio play to put on the end
Podcast.
of it. Podcast
It's
under
like
the sort of guise of the Ghost of
yeah.
Ipswich. Yes. So I think, and Barry has come on to save us.
Thank you so much. I apologize for letting you run. I feel like you could go like an infinite descent of layers behind the scenes. So I
Yeah,
figured I should
even
check
I
what
was
your intent was.
even I was slightly confused when we came out as the Ghost of Ipswich. And I thought, are we going to sign off of the Ghost of Ipswich? But then in the end, sort of we came back another level. So I thought that's okay. All right.
Excellent.
Thank you.
A delight as always, and signing off from Baltimore, Maryland, for a few minutes. Indeed, great to see you here as always, and we look forward to the next one.
Thank you. Thanks
Thank
for having us.
you.
Thanks so much. We're going to take a short break before another act in about 10, 12 minutes. Sit tight, and we'll be back online soon.